Dear students, in the mass spectroscopy, in the last lecture we have discussed about the type of the cleavage, homolytic cleavage, skeletal rearrangement, McLafferty rearrangement. Today we are going to discuss with the factors affecting the fragmentation. First we are taking the thermal decomposition. Thermal abyl compounds may undergo thermal decomposition in the ion source before ionization, which may cause problem in the interpretation of mass spectra. In the case of alcohol, the loss of water may give rise a peak at M-18, whether the loss occurs before or after ionization, but the thermal dehydration may be enough to eliminate entirely the appearance of a molecular ion in the spectrum. So we cannot decide that a loss of 18, a water molecule, it is before the ionization chamber or after the ionization chamber. So in the ionization chamber, it may create the difficulty in the interpretation. Next we are taking the nitrogen rule. According to nitrogen rule, that a molecule of even number of molecular mass must contain no hydrogen or an even number of hydrogen atoms. An odd number of molecular mass requires an odd number of nitrogen atom. This rule holds for all the compounds containing the carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen and sulfur and halogen, as well as less unusual atoms like phosphorus, boron, silicon, arsenic, etc. An important corollary of this rule states that the fragmentation at a single bond gives the odd numbered ion fragment from an even numbered molecular ion. Similarly, an even numbered ion fragment results from odd numbered molecular ion. Thus, the fragment ion must contain all the nitrogen atom of molecular ion. Consider an example of nitrobenzene C6H5NO2. The signal for molecular ion appears at M/E123, that is at the odd numbered molecular mass, since the compound contains only the one odd number of nitrogen atom. Two important ion fragments which the mass spectrum of these compounds are: first, NO2 plus nitronium ion at M/E46 and B, NO plus at M/E30. Both these fragments ions appear at M cation minus H M/E183 and M plus HCO at M/155. Thus, the fragments ion containing both the nitrogen atom appears at the odd mass number. This proves the validity of the nitrogen rule. The inclusion of any common stable isotope except O18 alters the use of nitrogen atom. Next we are taking the ring rule. According to the ring rule, the number of unsaturated sites R is equal to the number of the rings in the molecular plus the number of double bonds plus the twice number of triple bond. The ring rule of molecular formula CWHXNYOZ may be stated as R is equal to W plus 1 minus Y minus X upon 2. That is, W is the number of carbon atom and X is the number of hydrogen atom, Y is the number of nitrogen atom present in the molecular formula. Let's apply the ring rule to the benzene C6H6. Here 6 carbon atoms, so W is equal to 6, 6 hydrogen atoms, so X is equal to 6, Y is equal to 0 and Z is equal to 0. Therefore, ring rule becomes R is equal to 6 plus 1 minus 3, that is the 6 upon 2. X is equal to 6 upon 2, so it is minus 3 is equal to 4. Thus, the benzene contains only one ring and the 3 double bond. Consider the diethyl ether C2H5O C2H5. Here 4 carbon atoms, so R is equal to 4 plus 1 and Y is equal to 0 and X is equal to 10. So minus 10 upon 2 is equal to minus 5. So it is R value is 0. Thus the diethyl ether contains no ring or no double bonds. In the case of toluene, C6H5CS3, R is equal to 7 plus 1 minus 0 minus 8 upon 2, that is the 4. Hence the toluene contains the 1 ring and 3 double bond in the benzene ring. And in the benzophenone, C6H5CO C6H5 consists R is equal to 13 plus 1 minus 0 minus 10 upon 2, that is the 13 plus 1 minus 5 is equal to 9. 9 means 2 rings and the 7 double bonds. So 7 plus 2 is equal to 9. So according to this, the ring number of the ring present in the molecular formula and number of the double bond or triple bond present can be calculated by this formula. Next we are taking the energies of fragmentation. Fragmentation corresponding to the single bond cleavage will occur with the little or no reverse activation energy. In contrast, the fragmentation involving the loss of a stable molecule may involve reverse activation energy. Thus, for a single bond cleavage, the activation energy for fragmentation will be approximated by delta HF of the product, that is the enthalpy, delta HF of the reactant in kilojoule per mole. Next, we are taking the high resolution mass spectroscopy, that is the HRMS. Determination of molecular weight and the molecular formula by the HRMS. Low resolution mass spectrometer measures M upon E value to the nearest whole number mass unit. However, the high resolution mass spectrometer measures the M upon E value to the 3 or the 4 decimal place, hence provides an extremely accurate method for determining the 4 decimal place of molecular weight. HR high resolution mass spectrometer uses the extrastasis of electrostatic or magnetic focusing to form a precise beam and to detect the exact masses of an accuracy of about 1 part in the 40,000. The determination of accurate molecular weight is possible by HRMS because the actual masses of the atomic nuclei are not integers. For example, oxygen mass O2 is equal to 2 into 15.9949 not 16, that is equal to 31.9898. Similarly, the N2H4, the 2 into nitrogen we are taking as 14.0031 plus 4 into and hydrogen instead of 1 we are taking 1.00783, that is 32.0375. And for the methanol, we are taking 12.000 plus 4 into 1.00783, that is 15.9946, will equal to 32.0262. So you can see here oxygen, N2H4 and methanol, they are having the range of 31.98, that is approximately 32, here 32.03, that is again 32, and for methanol it is 32.026, again it is nearly 32. So a molecules whose molecular weight is 32 could be oxygen, N2H4 and methanol. But if we get the molecular weight, suppose we get the molecular weight approximately exactly in the mass spectrum 32.0262, then this compound would be a methanol and not the oxygen and not the N2H4. A molecule of molecular weight 44 may correspond to C3H8, CH3CHO, CO2 or CN2H4, but their exact masses are C2H8 is 44.0626, C2H4O is equal to 44.02620, CO2 is 43.98983 and CN2H4 will be 44.03740. In the case of HRMS gives the exact masses of these ions as 44.029, then the mass unit correspond this compound must have the molecular formula C2H4O because these two values are the closest. So HRMS provides the exact molecular formula but does not give the indication of purity of the compound. The elemental analysis give a cross check on the purity of a compound and its molecular formula. Suppose our compound have some impurity, so impurity weight will be also included. So compound should be pure before taking the mass spectrometer, and in addition to that the elemental analysis also helps to determine the exact molecular formula. So with this we finishes the mass spectrometry, and already we have completed C13 and H1 NMR. So this spectroscopy part is completed from my side. On the next lecture I am going to take the next paper, organic disconnection. Thank you.